Good morning, prophets. I am recording this video on my way to work because the Lord would not let me wait, because he said if I waited that I wouldn't do it, and he wanted me to share it. So yesterday, when we had our face-to-face for Advanced School of Prophecy, the word that Coach Ashley gave us, Pastor Ashley gave us about the different kinds of tongues, that has truly been like life-changing for me. And so it was such a revelatory word and experience. About a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I discerned demonic activity in my church service, and it manifested by way of interruptions, just unnecessary interruptions of the service. And we all know folks who are super engaged in service and are amen, pastor, preach, pastor, hallelujah, right? We know those folks. This was different, and the origin and the motivation was demonic. And so when the first time it happened, I was praying in my spirit, and I was praying for her to be removed, like to move away from me, because she was like really close to me, and to be removed out of service, for the spirit to leave. And I couldn't really tell if it was effective or not, because she would kind of walk away, but then she would come back to where she was. And I was like, okay, Lord, what is this? What is my role? Because I am discerning it. So what would you have me to do? And I always go into prayer, into intercessory prayer, when it happens. I think it was twice before yesterday. So she'll come, and then she won't be there, and then she'll come back, and then she won't be there. So yesterday she was there. It's so bad, like people get up and move away from her. And that's just how disruptive it is. And it's other people doing the same thing, but it's something different about the spirit of this. And so the last time it happened, one of the women physically got up and moved away from her. And I was like, Lord have mercy, like what is this? So I said, Lord, what am I supposed to do? So she was in service yesterday, and it's like, oh, man, like no one wants to deal with this today. Like that's kind of like folks' faces. And I heard the Lord say, warfare against the witch. And I heard him to tell me that I needed to pray in a tongue that was specifically for warfare against the witch. I said, okay. And so I did. Nobody told me what that tongue was, but I began to speak in a different tongue. It felt different, it sounded different, all of it was different, all the way through praise and worship. She was quiet almost the entire service. So there was a point in the beginning of the service, or about the middle of his sermon, where she kind of started up, but it was low, but she kind of started up, and I heard God tell me to say, silence the mouth of the witch. Close the mouth of shut the mouth of the witch. So that's what I began to say in my spirit. Shut the mouth of the witch. Y'all, that woman closed her mouth and was quiet the entire service. I said, my God, that has never happened when she's been in service and was not disruptive. And then the Lord told me that this is a season where the witch is active at a new level amongst the believers. And that we as prophets have to be discerning of the witch's presence, and also be in warfare against the witch. Again, not in the world, but amongst the believers, amongst spaces where we should, right, against the wolves that have slipped in. So that's all I have. He gave me warfare against the witch. He told me to share with the prophets and he told me to be vigilant of the witch amongst the believers.